Thank you for trusting me with your energy. I really appreciate it, sis. Let's dig into what's going on in your love life and what's going on in general. We're going to pull on a few things, not just the love life. We're going to see, what's going on with you. What I will tell you is I'm going to use, like I do in my readings, right? On TikTok, I'll start with the Oracle decks. That'll give us a little background, and then we're going to get into the tarot. And I want to use a couple of different decks, like 2 different decks for the tarot, because this is why, because you might wonder why. I will say, one deck will speak to me in a different way than a whole different deck. All of the decks speak differently, but they all should resonate and they all should make sense. And I want you, of course, to let me know when it's all done and you're watching this and you've already watched it probably a couple of times. And let me know, how did it make sense? What was right? I like to hear the feedback. I definitely do, and I appreciate you. So no, let's go in. Let's see what we got. All right. I had to take a shower, girl. What I did was I actually did a spiritual shower, which is where you mix coconut oil and Epsom salt, and you say a few words, and what you want to manifest, the reason for the cleansing. And I did that. I had to do that before I start your reading. I definitely had to. So, all right, spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light on what I need to see for Kim. Kim is my sister's name. So I was like, oh, but my sister's name was Kamala, and I called her Kim. Spirit guides, please shine a light on what I need to see for Kim and her situation. All right. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're staying cool, girl. I'm in here in the AC chilling after a long day, I work in New York, but I live in Jersey. So, I have a little commute before I get home, and it's hot as hell, and you know how it goes. All right, let's take a look. We have cold shoulder, breakup, distance, separation. Okay, so this is what's going on with you. And you asked about a specific person. This could be that person, or it could be a past person. Okay, but I do see that you have broken up with somebody here, and there's distance between you. Now, this could be physical distance, like meaning they could live in a different state, a different country, even a different city, town, you name it. You guys are separated, and you're both giving each other the cold shoulder. So neither one of y'all are budging at this time. They're not reaching out to you, and vice versa. You're not doing it either. Okay. But I do see that you're both upset about it. The fact that you're not talking. Things could have ended with this person, Kim, in a way where it was open-ended and things were left unsaid. And I feel like I'm getting the energy that the last conversation that you had with this person, it wasn't good. And it could have been a blow up. And you both were upset is what I'm seeing. And it's something that you both think about, but you're not in a space where you're ready to reach out. And I don't feel that you will reach out at this time. And neither will they. You both are being stubborn and set in your ways. I said what I said, and I believe in what I said, and you're sticking to it. You're going to stick by what you said and how you feel, the stance that you have regarding whatever. We can see later what happened, but regarding whatever this blow up was about or this separation was about. All right. Now tell me more, Spirit. The ex, I just told you that it's someone that you had a past relationship with. Now I'm starting to see what happened here. It says unfaithful, love triangle, ex in question. So this person had a third party, whoever you're in no contact with. You see there's 3 pairs of hands there. It's definitely given. There's a card in the tarot, and it's called the 3 of Cups. Now, when that card comes out, it usually, especially if it's reversed, it lets me know that there's a connection where somebody was cheating. Somebody involved a whole nother person. They invited a whole nother energy into your relationship, into your connection. They allowed it, you understand? And they invited it. They did. They didn't say no, right? They they opened the door for it. And you could have found out about this. And yeah, and this is why you ended things and you went no contact, because you could have found out that this person was doing some dirt behind your back with someone else. They was laid up or having sex with somebody else, and you found out about that. And that was it. That was it for you. Wow. Tell me more, Spirit. Contemplation. It says yes, no, unsure, choices, and then it says decisions. So this person could not make their mind up when it comes to you, Kim. This person, again, like they already showed us, they had other options. They could have had more than one, girl. It doesn't mean that they only had one person that they were dealing with. They could have literally had more than one, multiple people that they were giving their energy to, but they couldn't decide where they wanted to be. They didn't know if they wanted to be with you and cut off these side pieces, or if they wanted to keep you around and keep I'm getting like somebody that's very greedy. I'm getting a very greedy, selfish energy. And this person wanted to have their cake and eat it too. And I feel like you said no thank you. No thank you. You keep those options, and I'm going to head over in the opposite direction. I feel like that's what you did. Because they couldn't make their mind up. And who has time to sit around and wait? Life is short. Nobody's waiting around for anybody, if they got common sense. And I feel like you decided, well, if you're not sure about me and you can't choose me, I'm out of here. Tell me more, Spirit. Mind games. It says immature, testing you and analyzing you. This is somebody who was emotionally immature. I don't care how old they are, they act immaturely, they act like a kid, especially when it comes to feelings and emotions. And I do feel too that this person, because on this card, I'm looking at it, they're playing a game of chess on this card. So I feel that this person was very calculated when it comes to how they moved with you. They did things to press your buttons, is what I just heard. And they did it to see how much you cared about them. Very toxic and very twisted thinking, right? Very sick. And I just see that this person, they like to be manipulative. They liked it. They got off on it. They wanted to see also if what they could get away with when it comes to you, Kim. So they took things as far as they could, and they wanted to see, it was a test, by the way, for you to see if you would catch on that they were doing them, or if they could get away with it, if they could have you and have other people as well. And if you were going to be gullible enough, or you're going to be naive enough to go along with it, or they could have wanted to see if you would turn a blind eye to it, if you would, maybe you would know that they were doing it, but you wouldn't bring it up or say anything. They wanted to see how you would react and what they could get away with. This is somebody who, they test people's boundaries. They do it on purpose, though. It's sick. That's what I'm getting. One more, Spirit, for the end of this inferno. It says chaos, job loss, everything crumbling. Now, if this is not what they're going through at this time, then this is what they got coming. Because this right here screams karma. This is, I'm going to give you what I see. I see that this person, if they're not in physical jail or they're not going to jail, they'll be in spiritual jail, what I call spiritual jail, where they're going to have to face the things that they have done when it comes to you and whoever else. Who's to say that the people that they were, creeping with when they were with you, who's to say they didn't know what was going on? Maybe they didn't even know about you. You understand? So whoever they had on the side was just as innocent as you were, not knowing, what was going on until you did figure it out. And this person has to pay for that. You can't just go around doing whatever you want. That's not how life is. That's not how the universe works. So this person is having a lot of chaos in their life, and if not now, they are going to have that. That's going to be part of their karma. They're going to have to pay up, is what Spirit just told me. They got to pay up for what they did, for hurting you and hurting others. It says job loss. They could lose their job. They could be, or whatever work that they do, it could slow up for them. Everything's going to fall down on them, and they're going to be in a very bad, dark place. And it's not that, I'm not saying that, you want that. You might be the type of person that doesn't want to see anybody doing bad, but you could also be the type that, hey, you reap what you sow. Because that's how I am. I don't wish bad on anybody, but if you cross me, don't be surprised that things go bad for you, because you have to watch who you do certain things to, especially people that have pure hearts and pure intentions. And so I just feel like this person is getting ready to pay. If they're not doing that now, if they're not paying, and I see depression for them, I see anxiety, they're not going to be able to sleep, they're not going to be able to rest. And also I feel like they have an attachment on them. I feel like they have a lustful attachment, like an entity on them, a spiritual entity, that evil entity, demon, if you will, that's attached to them. And people do have those. Just because you can't see it physically doesn't mean it's not there. And this person, because of how I'm seeing how they move, how they're mentally abusive, mentally manipulative, and how lustful they are, they like to keep a crowd of women or a crowd of people. They like options, right? They can't stick with one person. And I just feel like that's because they have this attachment. And they're going to be tormented by this entity. And I just heard the monkey is going to be on their back. I don't even say that. I hear messages, Kim. So I hear messages and I also see messages. But I just heard the monkey is going to be on their back. They're not going to be able to shake it off. They're going to have to pay for however long it takes. Bottom of the deck, we have high value. It says Empress. And the Empress in the tarot deck is one of the most high vibrational energies in the entire deck. She's basically all of the queens in the deck combined. The Empress, beautiful, sexy, abundant, and confident. And that's you. They wanted me to end the oracle with this one because they want you to know and remind you, which I'm sure you do know, but just a reminder of who you are. You're someone who is independent. You're someone who, you could have a child, because on the Empress card in the deck, in the tarot deck, the Empress is actually pregnant. You can see she has a belly. And that could be, if you're not a mother, then I will tell you what that means. It just means that whatever you touch, you're able to make it grow. You're very fertile when it comes to your abundance. For example, wherever you work or whatever line of work you're into, you manifest very easily without really hardly even trying. Things are drawn to you. Positivity is drawn to you. People are drawn to you. Money is drawn to you because of the energy that you have. And again, your frequency is very high. So I'm getting, this person was very low vibrational. So you guys were opposites. And so that's why it didn't work. You on two different realms. You understand? Two different levels when it comes to energy and spirituality as well. I feel like this person didn't have spirituality as a backing for them. Like, you're into spirituality. You're someone who, first of all, the Empress is someone who they know they definitely have an intuition that is off the chart. So just looking at what happened here, you could have known what this person was doing and you were just waiting for the right time to make a move or waiting for a right time to approach them on it. But it's not like you didn't know. Once you knew what was going on, I feel like that's when you made your move. And you became calculated. Just like they were calculated, you became calculated as well on what your next move would be. And your next move was to leave and move away from them. But this is someone, they're just letting me know that you're somebody. They want me to see who you are, girl. that you're somebody who's sexy, you're beautiful, you are intelligent, highly intelligent. People could just, you could find yourself when you go out that people just stare at you and you're like, damn, what the hell are they looking at? They can't help it. It's your aura is so strong and so bright. And you know, you're someone who, you've been through a lot. You know, you've been through a lot in your life. And I feel with everything that you've been through, it's made you all the wiser and all the stronger. And you're someone who, no matter what happens, you're going to dust yourself off and you're going to keep going. That's who the Empress is. There's no excuses, you know, no time to sleep. And I feel like you keep yourself busy. You could have a business. If you don't, you might be working on one. But you're someone, if you don't have your own business, then whatever position that you have at your workplace, it's at a high level. People respect you. People look up to you. You understand? You're a leader. So I love that. I love that. Now, I will tell you, the Empress card represents Libra energy. I'm a Libra sun. So it represents Libra energy, and it also represents Taurus. So you could have one of those signs somewhere in your placement, if you know your placements. Some people don't know, and that's okay. But I always encourage that if you don't know all your placements, definitely look it up. You could just Google it. You can Google, and it'll give you a little, just put in sun sign, right? Or not sun sign, because you would know your sun sign, but because that's by your birthday. Look up moon sign, you know, and when you Google moon sign, it'll be a calculator, and you could just put in, all you need to know is what time you were born, where, you know, the birthplace, and that's it. And that's it. And they will give you, so that way you'll know more about yourself. Things will make sense, you know, and you'll say, ah, that's why I act like that. That's why I'm crazy. That's why I am the way I am. Yeah, so there's a sun placement, there's a moon, there's a rising sign, there's your Mercury sign, there's your Venus, and all of these placements make up who you are and the way that you show up in life every single day. So it's really important. And I think it's dope. Like, when I looked up all of my placements, I was like, oh my God. I love this. I mean, I didn't know that I had other signs. I didn't always know that, you know, but as you do some research, you find that out, right? It's pretty cool. Now, we're going to do, I already shuffled, so I just separated the deck. We're going to look at the tarot and see spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors. Please shine the light on what I need to see for Kim and what is going on. What energy is Kim currently in? Just in general. What energy are you in general? Okay, so we have the Death reversed. So this is the Death card. Okay, this card, when I say it came reversed, it came just like this. Okay, and I'll explain what it means. So we have the Death, that came reversed. Tell me more, Spirit. The Lovers reversed. And I'll show you this one. This one came reversed as well. The Lovers reversed. So what I'm seeing is, in general, right now, there's a few things. First of all, when we're talking about this Death being in reverse, you can see here, there's a character. And that character, it looks like he's stepping on that looks like a baby, right? Looks like a baby. But it also looks like a version of themselves, like a miniature version, right? So what it really means is that Death represents transformation. It represents the fact that something has came to an end. But in this case, as I'm looking, I just feel like right now in your life, there's some things that you could be resisting when it comes to change. Things that you need to change, things that you need to work on within yourself, I'm talking about. Not with the relationship, just you as a person. Things that could be habits, it could be patterns that you have in your life that you know of that you need to reverse and you need to change. And you could be either in denial that you need to change these things, or you could know and just be like resisting that right now. You're not ready to make any changes. You're not ready to make the necessary tweaks in your life. And, you know, I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Everything that comes out is not going to be sugar and cream and rainbows. It's not. But that's not what you want. You want the truth, and you want to know more so that you can move accordingly, right? So that's what the death is about. When it comes reversed, it just means that there's things that you need to cut out, and you could be at a place where you're like, I'll do it later. You know, it could be procrastination. It could be the fact that you're like, it's not that bad, like denial. And it could be anything. But I feel like actually, being that this card came with it to confirm it, because I usually pull 2 cards. I'll pull one and then I'll pull one more to confirm that first card. So I pulled the Lovers, which came reversed. And you see the Lovers, what that looks like. The Lovers is not always about another person whatsoever. It could be about yourself. It could be the fact that, again, and what I'm getting is, because I see a serpent. There's a serpent. You can't see it. It's all the way, maybe you can. It's all the way down here. And I feel that there's toxicity in your life, okay? You would know exactly what those toxic things are. And things that you need to look in the mirror and decide, you know what? Those things are not for my better good. This came reversed. So it does show that you could feel detached from yourself right now. You could feel like, you know what? Like, I have things that I need to change, but I don't know how to change them. You could feel at a loss. Like, you don't know how to make those. You don't know how to actually go about it. You understand? And so that could be what's holding you back from making the changes. Yeah. Another thing that it could also be with this Lovers being reversed is the fact that when it does come to a relationship, you could feel that you don't have. I'm getting that you could be single, and if you are single, there's someone that you might be talking to, and you could feel like, you know what, me and this person, I want them, there's passion between us, but this is toxic. You could feel like this person, like a taboo energy, like, damn, I want them, the sex is banging, I'm attracted to them, they're attracted to me, I want it, they want me. But there's something about this person and this connection that doesn't feel right also. And I feel that you could be in denial about that, or you could be wanting to hang on to this person even though you know that they're no good. You understand? So there's a few things that could be going on when it comes to this Lovers. It could be that you could feel that you don't have a lover. You don't have a special someone, a partner at this time. And you could be craving that. But the fact that you're craving it could lead you down the path to accept someone who is really not for you and not a good match for you as well. So you have to be very careful. Now, Spirit, let's look at your love life now. I feel like I want to use a different deck when it comes to your love life. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light on what I need to see for Kim. When it comes to her love life, please show me. Please show me, Spirit. One more shuffle. All right. So, let's see what we have. Show me, Spirit, what I need to see for Kim's love life. 5 of Cups. Wow. Somebody disappointed you. You feel so like you're grieving. You're in the process right now of grieving a loss when it comes to your emotions. You feel like somebody wasted your time. Somebody took the cups that you had. Cups represent emotions, love. And you see how there's 3 cups that are spilled over. And there's 2 cups over here that are still standing. So you're in the process right now. I see you crying over spilled milk. Like, you are definitely, and I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. I mean, what I'm saying is you're not you're focusing right now on what you have lost when it comes to you and this person. And the fact that what you wanted when it comes to love, they couldn't measure up. That's basically what it is. You see how she's in all black? So you're grieving this. This is a real loss, like a death. And you're definitely not healed at this time from this love situation. But I feel like you are focusing on the pain. You're not at that point where you could say, oh, but I learned a lesson and it wasn't that bad, I'll meet somebody new. You're not there. Where you are is you're still focusing on the fact that, wow, this person really did me. They really did me dirty. And I didn't deserve that. And I feel like you're really hurt over it. It's something that hurts your heart. They broke your heart. You could live in a major city because I see a skyline back there. So it could be anywhere with some skyscrapers, because I see that. I see some tall buildings over here. So, it could be Chicago, New York, anywhere, Baltimore. It could be anywhere. City. And I see a bridge. So you could live near a bridge, or you could also live near a body of water. Okay? With this person, you and this person could have been separated by a body of water as well. There could have been distance between you. Doesn't have to be. But, yeah, this is where you are. So 5 of Cups, disappointment, hurt, crying over spilt milk, not being able to see the bright side at all. Tell me more, Spirit, when it comes to Kim's love life. Why the death reverse came out again? Yo, look, I'm going to show you. This came upside down like this. Now, what card came out over here in this other deck? The death came reversed, remember? This is the death in this deck, how it looks. Looks totally different here, but it's the same concept. Same concept. Now, that's crazy that it came out twice. I do that. I pull different decks just to make sure that we're on the right page. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for confirming that. So, yeah, again, when it comes to your love life, I want you to look at this in the upright so you can see it. This is the death card. I feel like you had an ending. You did have a death of a relationship, right? And you're craving this person. You want this person back. Being that it came reversed, you want to reverse the fact that you guys are like out of contact. You're not in each other's lives anymore. They could be a Scorpio. Somebody could be a Scorpio. I see Scorpio energy. I'm going to tell you the signs that I see. Scorpio, I see Gemini, Libra, and I see water. I see it could be Cancer. It could be, what's the other one? Pisces. But yeah, you want this person back. Because with every ending, I will be honest with you, with every ending, it's always a new beginning. I don't care if it's that you're going to get back with this person or you're going to get with a whole new person eventually. There's always a new beginning, right? And so you have hope. I see that you have some hope that this person, you and them can reconnect, that you guys can get back on the same page and have that new, fresh start. Because if you look at this card, yes, there was an ending to the relationship when the death comes in. But if you look real good, you see back here, there's a sun that's rising. So you want the sun to rise again on this relationship where you guys will be back in that warm, sunny place, feeling good and all mushy and gushy. You want that again. Okay. Now, how does Kim feel about this special person? How does Kim feel about this person, Spirit? How does she feel? My God, look, 2 of Cups came upright. You love this person. Remember, cups represent the emotions. The love is there. And you offer your cup to them, and they're offering their cup right back. This is how you feel. When you guys were on the same page, you were on the same page. Whoever this person is. Now, if this is a new person, it could be a new person now. The energy could be shifting. If this is a new person that you're questioning about, then this person is definitely, they have their eye on you. The same energy that you feel for them is the same energy that they feel for you. And they want to come in on the same level and meet you halfway. I love that. Now, this is somebody who, you see how one character, one of you is standing in water, but the other person is on land. So that's just showing me that this is going to be a connection where it's very grounded. So if you are wondering about a new person, this is something that is going to be balanced. Okay, yes, you guys will be on the same page emotionally, but you'll be on the same page when it comes to everything else as well. Okay, wow, I love that. That's beautiful. This is about being in sync, so you could feel like this person just really gets you, you get them, and you know, this is someone who you have a good feeling about them, like this could really work. And believe me, they feel the same way. This is having the same exact feeling that you have. This is how this person feels, you know. But yeah, you feel like this person understands you. You know, you don't have to explain every little movement that you make because they get it. They get who you are. Tell me more, Spirit, about the love. Kim. Now, when I asked to confirm the Two of Cups, girl, look what the hell I got here. The Lovers. Now, remember, with the past person, the Lovers came out in the other deck. Remember this? Remember this? This is the Lovers, but it came reversed. Remember? But now, if there's a new, I feel like we're talking about two different people. In the beginning, we were talking about this past person, right? That you were with, that hurt you. Now, you have somebody else. And this new person, I'm starting to see that it could be that it's a new person, and this new person, you could be at a distance with them because you see how these characters, how they're reaching for each other's hand, but there's a distance between them. It's like they can't really get to each other and connect and hold hands the way they want to, but there's a little distance. You guys might have to travel to each other to hang out and be together. But I do see that how you feel about them is like, wow, the passion is intense. I feel like they give you a rush, girl. Because I'm looking at the artwork, and I'm reading the card, and I'm seeing a tree, and one tree has flames in it, and the other tree has like these apples, and it reminds me of like Adam and Eve, and you know how she was tempted, and so I feel like this person could tempt you in some way, and they're very flirty and fun, and you know, it's exciting, and when you're with them and when you think about them, you know, you get this rush. And you're both very vulnerable with each other. You see how they're both naked? So this is someone who you feel like you could just be yourself with. You don't have to put on any fronts. You could just, they take you as you are. And this person is also naked on the card. So you see they're not hiding anything either. They're coming to you as they are. Spirit is wanting you to know that this person has nothing to hide. What you see is what you get. So, yes. All right. All right. How does this person feel about Kim? Spirit, how does this person feel about Kim? Oh, wow. 9 of Swords. What they in their head about? They're in their head, girl. Look. They can't sleep. Oh, Lord. Why? Why? Uh-oh. Tell me more. Why are they so, like, I feel like they're in their head too much because the swords represent what's going on in your mental. So they could be stressed out thinking, is this going to work? Does she really like me? You know, that kind of thing. Tell me more. Okay, so we have now more swords. This came reversed. The Queen of Swords. So they could feel like for some reason, okay, now, you know what? Again, your scenario could be two things. It could be that you were dealing with the past person, they hurt you, you left them alone, and you're talking to somebody new. Or it could be that, because it's all unfolding now in front of me, it could be that the past person that hurt you, even though they hurt you, and even though, you know, you feel like you wasted your time with them in the past, you still want, you still want another go at this. You still want another go round. You want to try again. And so this could be the old person. And I'm looking and I'm seeing that this person is looking at you like, damn, maybe you're not talking to them, because the Queen of Swords is someone who, I'll be honest, this is somebody who is not speaking. They're not playing no games either. The Queen of Swords is big Libra energy. You could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, somebody has that in their chart. But this is somebody who could be icy, cold, detached, not speaking, give you the cold shoulder. And I mean, be really standing on, when they say they're not speaking to you, you don't hear from this person for months. So they're looking at you as somebody who is not talking to them, and that's why they're in their head like this, you see? Now, if we have the Nine of Swords here, right? We have the Nine of Swords, right? This is Nine of Swords. Now, this is the Queen of Swords. You see there's one more sword. So we add them together, that's the Ten of Swords. And in tarot, the Ten of Swords represents an ending. And it also represents a betrayal. So I am definitely getting that this is somebody who betrayed you. This is the person this is who I was saying in the beginning. This is the one that had the third parties and they betrayed you. And so you turned around and you decided you wasn't going to talk to them no more. You wasn't going to give them any of your energy, not a phone call, not a text, nothing out of you. Definitely not meeting up, nothing. So you have went cold and you have went silent. I just heard radio silence. That's what I just heard. And this person knows that you're not somebody to play with because you have stuck to your guns when it comes to showing them that you're not somebody to play with at all. This is not, you're going to play in my energy and you're going to disrespect me, you're going to hurt me, and I'm just going to talk to you like it's okay. It's not okay. And you let them know that it's not okay. And that's why they're in their head. They can't even sleep, child. They can't even sleep. Tossing and turning, my God. They tossing and turning. They regret, though. I'm going to be honest with you. They regret what they did. And this is why now they're feeling like this. This is despair. This is also worry that you might not want to be with them anymore, or they have messed up with you forever. This is them not knowing how you feel, because I feel like you haven't told them, even though I'm seeing it, that you want them back. They don't know that. So because they don't know that, they are definitely stressed out, and this is something that they wrestle with. And I feel especially at night, that's when they really get to thinking. When they're by themselves, that's when it hits them, what they did. Now, what's the advice? Let's end it with advice. Spirit, show me, what is the advice for Kim? What should she do when it comes to this love situation? What should she do? Kim. Look, wait. This is the Ace of Swords, okay? Which swords represent communication as well, okay? And what they're saying is, and this came reversed like this, which means that, and I have to tell you this, aces in tarot represent new beginnings. Being it came reversed like this, they're saying don't do it. Don't give this person another chance. Even though you want it, and I see that they did make you happy, and you feel like they get you, they know you better than anybody, you might know them. I feel like they're saying don't, keep quiet, stay quiet. Don't be the one to break the silence, definitely, okay? If you do decide to talk to this person, don't you be the first one to break silence. They're saying stay quiet, and as far as a new beginning, don't jump right. As soon as they call you or they text you, don't be like, okay, I was waiting for that. Yes, let's do it. Let's jump right. No, they're saying take your time. Tell me more, Spirit. Look, Two of Wands. They're saying weigh your options, Kim. Weigh your options. You know, that is, you see how she's looking out. And she has a phone in her hand. They could be saying also, I'm getting, you know, you might want to hop on a dating site, or, you know, see what's out there, talk to other people, communicate with other people, indulge other people as well, experience other people, and broaden your horizons when it comes to this. You know, you're someone who's professional, you're someone who got it together, you have a lot to offer is what I see. And you're very passionate about yourself and about others and the people that you choose to connect with. Because wands represent passion and drive and ambition, and I see that you have all of those things going for you. So you don't have to settle for someone that treated you in this way. Although you still have feelings for them, Spirit is saying, I'm just giving you the advice. You, of course, you have your own free will. You got to do what you got to do. If you feel like you have to go and be with this person again and go through another cycle with them just to be sure that it's done. But Spirit is saying, do not do that. They're saying, stay quiet. Okay. They're saying no second chances. Okay. They're also saying reject their new offer when they come in, reject it. And they're also saying just make sure that you continue to be ambitious, and the goals that you have set for yourself, continue being focused on those things. But yeah, weigh your options, because the Two of Wands is about having options, girl. Having those options. You ain't got to put all your eggs in one basket. No, the hell you don't. As pretty as you are, and look, I already know that you have it all together because I've seen it in the cards. It's not about just being pretty, because anybody can be pretty, right? It's about who you are as a spirit, because we're all spirits, right? Just with meat suits on. That's how I look at it. You know, we're all here actually to learn, and not only learn, but to share. So it's like you have a lot to give and a lot to offer, and you do not have to deal with this past person. Now, I hope that helped you. I hope that it resonated. I gave you some extra minutes up in there. I usually do like 20 to 30 minutes on the personal reads, but I gave you an extra 10 minutes because I like you. And I didn't want to cut it short. I had so much to say. I definitely hope that it helped you in some form of fashion. And don't forget to, of course, let me know how it resonated for you. And I love you as a sister. I appreciate you. Thank you for following me. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. You know, it's very special to me when I am able to do that. And I have a lot of people that come to me and they need personal readings. And I always take it as a blessing, you know, that I'm able to do that for you.